But I think Robert and I kind of something else a little bit different that we have to investigate a little bit more. We think that there might have been something at the end of the fight. The containers that are used to retrieve the urine samples weren't available, so they had Brandon pee into a glass. So and then they had some other guys go sand and get these things. So those are things that we didn't really pay attention to now that Robert just brought to my attention. So we'll have to see exactly why he had to pee in a glass, and then it was transferred from a glass, a regular drinking glass, into a thing. So there's a lot of contaminants like that. But I mean, I'm not saying that they did that. I'm just saying that it seems kind of odd that we went through 4 testings. We never tested positive for anything, and all of a sudden we get some kind of dietary supplement that supposedly you can get in energy drinks, or I don't think it's Red Bull or any of those things. But I mean, I don't know because I haven't seen the list.
Was it the 4th test?
I think it was the post, yeah.
Okay.
So if we were using it as a diuretic, as they say, I wouldn't be using it for, it doesn't make sense. So I guess we'll just have to figure out and see what it is exactly that.
So you're saying you don't think it was from anything that you gave him?
No, because we submitted everything that we gave. He was just taking vitamins. So, I mean, he's just taking regular multivitamins and trace mineral things like that. But we weren't giving him anything, any kind of any other kind of things, any kind of supplements other than that.
Richard Schaefer, the first thing he said was everybody's gonna point the finger at you, and that's bullshit. What do you have to say to people who are gonna end up doing it?
Again, it's not a performance enhancing drug. It's not any of those illegal class 3 things. If it's something that you can buy over the counter, maybe. I don't know. Again, I don't know how something like that in China. Maybe he drank something. Maybe it could have been any of those things. Because again, it's a dietary supplement, and any of those things, if it's not, and I just people have been coming up to me and telling me it's not FDA. It's FDA approved. It's not a banned thing or anything like that. So I don't know the details. So I don't really know.
Have you talked to Brandon at all? You plan on talking to him about that?
Yeah, we are going to talk to Brandon. But it's just like we said, it seems kind of odd, like for the whole camp. And we knew Vada. We know that there's a relationship with Victor Conte. We know that the way that they were doing things weren't very professional. They weren't very apt. Having Brandon pee in a glass and then transfer it to the
In 2013, he was fired by Freddie Roach due to so-called suspicions of PED use with fighters.
Excellent time in Macau for the fans and the fighters, but with all that went on, the one big story that didn't break until you got back home was obviously the Brandon Rios steroid test, or PED test.
Now, fight fans, if you don't know your history, Brandon Rios and Manny Pacquiao did battle a few years ago, and this is right after Alex Ariza was outed. And Brandon Rios was Alex Ariza's fighter. So for him popping dirty for PED use, I mean, the apple just wouldn't fall that far from the tree. And if you didn't get caught and everything was just speculation, I mean, damn, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Hell yeah.
But I'll leave that up for you guys to decide.
Bruh.
What was your reaction when you heard that he failed that test?
Well, I know he has a new strength coach, and I don't get along with the guy. And one of the reasons why he doesn't work for me anymore because I think he's a little shady. He used to give Manny a drink every day before a workout, and I asked him what's in that drink, and he would never tell me.
Now, fight fans, if this is such a shady, bad character, why would you just let him just give your fighter this mystery drink every day and you not know what's in it?
Let us begin by introducing ourselves. I am Hans. I'm Franz. And we want to pump you up.
Considering the drug and the blood testing and considering the so-called allegation, would you just do something like that? So I'm supposed to believe that Freddie Roach just walked around incompetent of the entirety of the years that Alex Ariza was there. But he just admitted that his fighter was taking mystery drinks. I mean, but hey, once again, I'll leave that up for you guys to decide, and you can do what you want to do with it.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense.
And I said, I need to know what's in that drink because, you're giving it to my fighter, and if something goes wrong, I'm going to get the blame. So, I think, he may have something to do. In my opinion, he's a little shady, and so he's with that camp now, and it doesn't surprise me that happened.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
No, I mean, that's a major indictment right there. Obviously, he's the only new addition to Rios' camp, and this is the first time Rios has tested positive. And then we had, of course, the Marcos Maidana fight, where you have a controversy somewhat in the corner. What happened with the napkin?
A few moments later.
Say, man, hey, man, since when did Parkinson's disease make you blind, man? Since when did Parkinson's disease make you blind, man? You know a whole lot about this shady figure tactics, man. But then you want to act like you was just Ray Charles blind bumping in the wild card gym walls and shit when he was in the building.
How dare
you know exactly what's going on, man. You making me mad, man.
Obviously, you've been in hundreds, if not thousands of corners, hundreds, if not thousands of fights. Did that look like some kind of routine action to you, or do you have your suspicions there as well?
Well, everyone has their suspicions there because it's very unusual for the strength coach to be that close to the fighter. I mean, usually a cut man will work on a cut if that's a possibility. But he's very forceful, and I was surprised that Alex Garcia let him in the corner, actually.
So it's very unusual for, a strength coach to be so close to a fighter, but you let your shady strength coach very close to, your marquee fighter in Manny Pacquiao. But it's just not strange, when he's on Team Pacquiao. Oh, I get it.
A few moments later.
Okay, here's a little article by Ben Thompson on Fight Hype back in January 14th of 2014. What is the truth behind Freddie Roach, Alex Ariza, Manny Pacquiao, and the mystery drink? For whatever reason, flying under the radar of several media outlets is the fact that last week Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach cast his own cloud of suspicion of his star pupil, multi-division world champion Manny Pacquiao. In a revealing interview with Seconds Out, Roach shared his opinion of former one-time friend and associate Alex Ariza, who he referred to as shady. I know he has a new strength coach, Alex Ariza, and I don't get along with the guy. And one of the reasons why is he doesn't work for me anymore is because I think he's a little shady, He used to give Manny Pacquiao a drink every day before we worked out, and I'd ask him, what's in that drink? And he would never tell me. And I say, I need to know what's in the drink because you're giving it to my fighter. And if something goes wrong, I'm going to get the blame. In my opinion, he's a little shady. Roach commented when asked for his thoughts on the news that Brandon Rios tested positive for a banned substance following his lopsided loss to Pacquiao. What Roach may or may not have realized, however, is that his own comments now bring into question the 5+ years that he and Ariza worked side by side during Pacquiao's rapid ascent through the weight divisions, racking up dominant victories from 130 to 154 pounds over the likes of Ricky Hatton, Miguel Cotto, Oscar De La Hoya, and Antonio Margarito, to name a few.
Holy fucking shit!
Roach first hired Ariza back in 2008. Originally, he was brought in to treat a shoulder injury to Pacquiao's rematch with Juan Manuel Marquez. But not long after that, He was asked to overhaul the entire training program and was officially added to the team as new strength and conditioning coach. It didn't take long for the pairing of Roach and Ariza to produce successful results, with Pacquiao quickly moving him up 2 weight divisions and notching big wins over Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, and Miguel Cotto in a 20-month time frame.
Pacquiao on steroids. That's what I give a hell for you talking about.
Pacquiao was so dominant against bigger opposition after jumping 3 weight classes is likely what prompted world-class trainer Floyd Mayweather Sr. to first raise his own suspicions about Pacquiao's alleged using performance-enhancing drugs during a 2009 interview with Josh Slaughter of M Live.
A few moments later.
My honest opinion, I believe that he's on some type of substance.
Guy, and one of the reasons why he doesn't work for me anymore because he's a little, I think he's a little shady, you know. He used to give.
Pacquiao on steroids. That's what I give a hell for you talking about.
Give Manny a drink every day before workout, and I asked him what's in that drink, and he would never tell me.
Gotcha, bitch. Pacquiao on steroids. That's what I give a hell.